Yeah. Looks like my mic is working. My desktop audio should also be on, but of course you can't really hear anything because there's no video playing. Real quick, I want to just check, see if everything that I want this to be showing up on is actually working. We've only got about 8 minutes until this Stadia Connect goes live. I'm not 100% sure this is going to work or if it'll get pulled down because I'm like rebroadcasting a YouTube video. I don't know. I'm not seeing myself live on anything just yet. Again, these things are telling me they're sending data. It says it's live. If anybody is actually watching, oh, you see me. Where are you at, Blue? Mixer, I think the thing says. Okay, so Mixer's up and running, so that works. I'm gonna check YouTube really fast. Like I should be up on the BBET gaming page, but I don't think I see it. I don't know. Restream has been acting a little weird. And Facebook as well. The Facebook one should be going straight to like my personal Facebook page. But I don't know. I'm just gonna run with it. If the other stuff isn't working, so be it. I'll post it around after the fact. As long as at least one of them is running, then I think we'll be okay. Let me see if I can share at least the Mixer stream a little bit. Do I sound all right? Like I've been tuning my mic in front of me to be slightly lower. Because I kind of have it to be super low when I'm recording a voiceover, and then I up it later in post. But for this live stuff, I kind of need it to be louder, and I don't want it to be blowing your eardrums out. Oh, I just kicked my cat. This makes me worried because like the official Stadia page where the Stadia Connect is going on is just a still image. Usually it's like a thing with a countdown. There's this little widget in front of me that has the countdown, but the actual video is just like a still picture. So that makes me nervous that I'm maybe not in the right place, but I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be too difficult for this to function properly. Matter of fact, let me get headphones because I don't want my computer's audio to be doubled in the mic. Ugh. So we'll silence that out. You guys should still be able to hear everything fine. Matter of fact, I want to test that real quick, but I don't want to play somebody else's YouTube video or. Matter of fact, here we go. We can test it by going straight to the BBET's YouTube channel. which I hope anybody who's watching has subscribed to. We go to the name of this. I don't think should have changed. That's weird. We'll just look at our most recent do it. All right, how does that sound and look?
Summertime.
Oh, hold on. Let me uncrop this. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 4 of the BBET Gamescast. It is I, Sigma, once again. We are joined by Superman Jeff 12.
What's going on?
As well as Blue Bones.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy.
Yeah, and we are here to give you guys, this is kind of a shorter episode.
Okay, you guys can hear that, right?
Not a lot of news this week, but it's also...
all right, just checking. Just checking. All right, so that's what I intend to do when this thing goes live. We're down to 2 minutes and 40 such seconds. Right now we're just waiting. It'll go full screen when the actual stream starts playing. Let me just post some stuff to my Facebooks and all that. So, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually super excited. Oh, it says live right now. Okay. Here we go. Well, not here we go, but it's not ready just yet, but at least a video has started. So, it does say it will begin shortly. And I'll, depending on what's happening on the screen, maybe I'll move my camera to like one of the other corners, but I think this should be fine. Also going to share this to the Sigma and Sun page in case anybody who follows that would be interested in watching. And this is kind of an experimental thing. I intend to maybe do this for the other conferences once those get started, depending on, you know, what I have to do in my day. It just so happened I wasn't scheduled to do any of my day job within this time window, so I can actually do it live. But for the other ones, what I may do is just completely blind myself to whatever they're doing, try to shut off all news intake. That'll probably be in all my feeds and stuff, and then whenever I get the chance, I'll come home, watch it, and record myself watching it for the first time, and then just post that after the fact. So Google are going first. I don't know, should I say is? Because like Google is like an entity that encompasses many. I don't know. Google is going first. I believe Microsoft is the next up on the 9th of June. Followed by Bethesda, who's also on the 9th. Then I think you get Ubisoft and Square Enix on the 10th, I think. And then Nintendo on the last day. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. On Tuesday, Nintendo is supposed to go. I forget the times too, so that'll be news to me. I wish the other things were functioning. I don't know, the Facebook and YouTube streams still say sending data. This is what they said the last time. I'm considering paying for... Oh, looks like something's starting. Let me shut up for a little bit. You guys hear that okay, right?
Hi, I'm Phil. Thanks so much for joining us today for the first Stadia Connect. This series gives you a look at Stadia news, events, new titles, bonus features, and more. We'll be posting these Stadia Connect videos from time to time to bring you the latest from Google straight to all of you, the players. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. 3 months ago, we gave you a first look at Stadia, a new generation game platform powered by the best of Google. Today, we're going to tell you about the first wave of games available at launch. We'll share pricing details, including an exclusive launch offer, and you'll learn how to become one of the first Stadia players. Stadia has been years in the making.
That sounds like a
across
beta to me,
different Google
which
teams.
I predicted.
Google's mission has always been to make information more accessible for everyone. With Stadia, our goal is to make gaming more accessible for everyone too. We designed Stadia to bring together game players and game watchers from around the world into one global community of gamers. And Stadia makes it easy to play your favorite games on any screen in your life. At launch later this year, you'll be able to play Stadia games on your TV, desktop,
Okay, we already know all this info. This is
laptop,
the basic premise that they kind of
tablet,
are building
and
their
on
service
Pixel smartphones,
around.
starting with Pixel 3, as well as the brand new Pixel 3a that we announced last month.
Does that mean older
Wherever
Pixel
you
phones
are,
won't work?
Stadia lets you play the latest games. No downloads, no patches, no installs. Just grab your controller and you're in. This level of access and availability represents a huge shift in the gaming world. Instead of a console or a PC, you're using Google's data center as the platform. We handled the intense gameplay processing and graphics, so there's no console required to play your favorite games. That's what Stadia is all about, the game.
Oh, Google, come on.
Games. Today, we're unveiling the very first
That does
wave
not
of
bode
games
well. This
coming
happened
to the
during their
platform
original
at
announcement.
launch.
Like
We're working
hitches
with
in the
hundreds of
stream.
leading publishers
When you're
and
talking about a
developers
streaming
around the
gaming
world
platform,
to
like
deliver
that's
their
not good.
biggest and best titles to Stadia. We've lined up an
Again?
incredible selection of games spanning nearly every genre, including fighting, sports, role-playing games, first-person action, and racing titles. And we're just getting started. This worldwide exclusive unveil comes straight from our friends at Larian Studios.
Larian, I don't know who that is. Yeah. That's awful. This is Cthulhu type game. Oh, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, there were rumblings about this a couple days ago. I'm not a Baldur's Gate fan. Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, this is like
So Larian
traditional
is a
Dungeons
company
and Dragons.
where we try to give everybody a lot of freedom because we want them to come with their ideas. Thanks, man. Forget it. My name is Sven Vinke. I am the founder and director of Larian Studios. So Larian Studios was founded in '97 in Ghent in Belgium.
Okay.
I've seen the entire
So,
evolution of the
behind
games
the scenes,
industry.
dev diary
We keep
stuff.
on driving the state of the art forward so fast. You don't have that in music. You don't have it in movies. But in video games, you have it. And Stadia is like the next leap. I mean, it is quite revolutionary.
I
Larian
would agree
Studios
with that
was
statement.
founded to be able to create big epic RPGs in which the world reacts to what you're doing, in which you could play together with your friends. When we released Divinity Original Sin 1, I tried approaching Wizards of the Coast, trying to tell them that we should be the ones making Baldur's Gate 3. They didn't necessarily believe me back then, but then we started making Divinity Original Sin 2, and then at some point they just reached out to me and they said, well, you're the guy that wanted to make Baldur's Gate 3. Do you still want to make Baldur's Gate 3? Say,
He was like,
yeah,
oh.
of course I still want to make
I
Baldur's
showed
Gate
you.
3. And that got the conversation rolling, and before you knew it,
But Divinity
we were
Original Sin
constructing
2 apparently
story.
did really,
It
really
was
well
awesome.
for them.
It was a geek dream come true. Baldur's Gate 3 is the biggest game that we've ever done. We had to triple the size of the studio to be able to do it. Production values are very, very, very high. But the game deserves it. I mean, it's people have
Well,
been waiting on it for a very long time,
haven't
so
seen,
it deserves to be
any of
top-notch
the
in every
actual
single
game
aspect.
yet.
And it's shaping up to
So-
be a beautiful game. But the coolest thing about it all
Pre-rendered
is
promo
that by
trailer.
bringing it to Stadia, pretty much everybody is going to be able to play it at the highest quality settings. Because,
That is true if Stadia works the way
is,
they're advertising.
democratic in that sense, if you want. It doesn't differentiate between what platform you're playing it on because everything is server-based.
We can't wait for you to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia. And whether you're
I'm sure
playing
somebody's
an
excited
RPG
about
like
that.
Baldur's Gate
Me
3
personally,
or
not
any
so
of the
much.
other titles and genres we'll share today, we know that players demand the most responsive experiences from their games. And we have architected Stadia to give you the fastest possible response between what your fingers are doing and what your eyes are seeing. So, what does that mean for the internet connection you're on right now? Let's quickly dig into the numbers. Our highest quality gaming experience is remarkable, with 4K HDR video at 60 frames per second and 5.1 surround sound. We're able to deliver this experience to users with a connection speed of around 35 megabits per second. And with Google handling the processing load, you can enjoy smooth gameplay even if you don't have that kind of connection. So let's say you have a connection speed of just 10 megabits per second.
They're kind of getting into the weeds here.
You can still
this is
get
important,
at least 720p
but
video
for an
at 60
E3-like
frames per
presentation,
second with stereo
this
sound.
has to be
We're really
way more
proud of the
succinct.
experience we're able to deliver, and it's all thanks to more than 20 years of work at Google, building and optimizing our networks and data centers to support services with billions of users like YouTube, Gmail, Android, Google Play, Maps, and of course Google Search. The latency and speed demands of online gaming aren't far off from the demands we've been meeting for years. We handle the back end so you can play the games you want, when you want, on whatever screen you prefer. Back in October of 2018, we put this idea to the test with Project Stream. We invited users to stream Assassin's Creed
like
Odyssey
anime
up
where
to 1080p and
the main
60
character
frames
is
per second.
remembering something that you saw like not that
gaming
long ago.
experience on a wide range of PCs and laptops
like, get to the
that
point.
were simply running a Chrome browser.
It's like you're filling time
With Project
right now.
Stream, we demonstrated that we can transmit the live instance from the data center to your screen faster than your eye is transmitting those images to your brain. That's critical for fast-paced games on Stadia, like Mortal Kombat. It's truly a new paradigm for gaming. And since we announced Stadia a few months ago, we've gotten a lot of interest about this new way to play. In our conversations and meetups with game developers, they're excited about the possibilities of an ever-evolving play experience. And we can't wait to get Stadia in the hands of gamers later this year. So let's share some more details about the platform and what you'll need to get started at launch. You'll get the best experience playing with our new Stadia controller. It's designed specifically for streaming games, and it includes a capture button for your game
PlayStation layout for those sticks.
To access the Google
I
Assistant.
hate.
Of course, you can also play Stadia games with any supported game
feels
controller
so much better.
or with a mouse and keyboard. The only other thing you need is
you
a
can just
screen
use
to
whatever
play
controller
on.
you want.
Want to play on the HD TV in your living room? Just plug in a Chromecast Ultra. If you'd rather play on your laptop, desktop, or tablet, open a Chrome browser window. Our vision is for Stadia to run on any screen that runs Chrome. Or you can use the Stadia app on your Pixel 3. We'll be expanding to more screens down the line too, including more smartphones.
I have a Pixel 2 right now.
When you're ready to play, the Stadia controller connects directly to your game running in the Google Data Center. That direct connection is key to providing the highest possible performance and the best streaming experience.
So if you're using a non-Stadia controller, then are they saying it's not going to have the low latency that they're promising?
Google Stadia to answer all your questions.
I got to be stuck using the sticks on the same plane.
To a number of new titles coming to Stadia at launch. Let's take a look.
All right, yeah, let's get to the games, buddy.
I'm a wolf.
Ghost Recon.
To be the alpha. Trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily.
So this isn't new information.
It's wild territory.
We knew Ghost Recon was a thing. Ubisoft already announced it. The fact that it's going to be on Stadia also isn't surprising because Ubisoft was literally sitting in the office, the audience, when they first did their initial announcement. They did their testing with Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Dreams, moving up the food chain step by step.
So they're pretty tight with Ubisoft. And Ubisoft in general is always one of the first publishers to throw games on new consoles
Secure the
and new
future
platforms.
with technology others developed, but were too fearful to deploy. By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it.
I will say, Ghost Recon Breakpoint looks dope as hell.
a lot more interesting than Wildlands did.
The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves.
Like, this trailer focuses on the enemy faction that I guess you and your friends will be playing against. It makes me wonder if there's some kind of functionality where you play as the enemy against other
Stand by.
players. Okay, so this is a gameplay demo right now.
Standing by. In position.
3, 2.
Oh, right. Because you can have the feed of your other friends' screens. That was something they talked about in their announcement. That's cool. I like that. And that's something that you can't do on other consoles as far as we know. I don't know, maybe Microsoft's xCloud will give way to some feature like that, but we don't know yet. They haven't done a thing. Okay, this looks new. This looks like Double Fine's art style, but like super high res. Double Fine, the guys who made like Psychonauts and stuff. Tim Schafer. You know, this actually reminds me of that game Little Nightmares. And Alan Wake with that flashlight stuff. Guilt. Tequila Works. Okay. So that's new. Something indie. This also looks indie. This looks like a co-op thing. Get back. This actually looks funny. This actually looks like a lot of fun. Couch and online co-op. Always good features. Kev, welcome to the stream, bro. This looks legitimately funny. I don't remember. I haven't heard the name Moonshine Studios. I'm not sure what else they've made. This is a Division, clearly. So of course more Ubisoft support on Stadia.
So Tom Clancy's The Division 2 happened 7 months after a deadly pandemic that started in New York, spread not only across
we know
the
what
nation,
the Division is.
but
Tell us
also across the
what
world.
Google Stadia
You, as
can
an
add
agent
to what
of
we
the
already know about
Strategic
the
Homeland
Division.
Division has been called to Washington, D.C. to help take the city back and save the country. So one of the major challenges is to take an RPG and to create a fast-paced, action-packed shooting game. We learned a lot from the first game, and we improved on that. And what we have today, I think, is the best cover-based shooter RPG out there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
One of the real benefits of
They have no
choosing Washington, D.C. for the second game.
Like, we
is
know
that
it's in
we
the- like,
have
this game has
all
been
these
out for several months
amazing
already.
Iconic buildings. The White House, the Capitol, We have the Air and Space Museum, we have the Lincoln Memorial, and of course, there's even a control point at the base of the Washington Monument.
Stadia means that you can play your game anywhere. The collaboration with Google has been really awesome because they're a very open company, at least with
Here's what
us
I'm
as
wondering.
partners.
I
We know
have
games,
a World
and they
Tier
know
5
infrastructure.
character
So
on
together
Xbox
we can
One.
bring a powerful,
They promised
visually appealing
crossplay
experience to all Stadia users.
when
Together
they
we
did
can
their
make the best of
announcement.
it.
Will I be able to access my character on
The
Stadia?
exciting part about partnering with Google is that they really have the bandwidth and just the physical infrastructure to pull something like this off. Bringing the Division 2 to Stadia has been a learning experience and an immensely thrilling journey. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future.
You haven't said what you can do in the future. I'm also looking forward to the future. This isn't impressive. This is the basis of what we know about
That's a
Stadia.
look at just some of the amazing
Thanks
titles
for nothing,
we're bringing to
Ubisoft.
you.
That
at
literally gave us no
And now,
information.
here to tell you about Stadia's pricing and availability is my friend and colleague, John.
This is some interesting stuff.
We're
here.
launching Stadia with a diverse mix of games from lots of genres and world-class game publishers. There's truly something for everyone. With Stadia, you can put your money toward the things that really matter, the latest, greatest game experiences that you can play anywhere. To unlock these experiences, we're offering a premium subscription for our Stadia players.
Okay.
Introducing Stadia Pro. It delivers the best of Stadia for just $9.99 per month.
Okay.
Stadia Pro gives you regular content that we add to your library for being a Stadia Pro member at our highest streaming quality. 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second with 5.1 surround
So you have to
sound.
pay to
And we're going a
access
step further
the
to
highest
celebrate players who want to be the
quality
first playing
streams.
on Stadia. We know there's a passionate world of players out there who want bigger, better, more accessible gaming experiences. After announcing Stadia, we've heard from so many gamers who share our excitement. For those fans, we've created a custom, limited edition set of exclusive features and content. We call it the Stadia Founders Edition, and you
Talking
can
about, like,
pre-order it
pre-order
starting
shit?
today. The Founders Edition includes everything you need to get started with Stadia, and you'll have the first access to Stadia when it launches later this year. We want to
Still
make
haven't
sure
given a
your
date.
games look great on the biggest screen in your home, so the Founders Edition comes with a Chromecast Ultra for streaming it up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second
Okay, I mean, I'll take
directly
that,
to your TV.
I guess.
You'll also receive a limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller.
That's actually
as
a nice
well as
looking
3
controller.
months of Stadia Pro. And we know
3
gaming
months?
is more fun with a friend.
So what's the
Founders Edition
what's the
comes
down
with
price?
a 3-month buddy pass, so you can gift Stadia Pro access to a friend or family member. You can also pick up an additional Stadia controller
kinda confusing.
for $69. It comes in clearly white,
69.
just black.
So is that part of this
Wasabi.
deal that you can get it for 70?
And here's the best
So is it
part
not
about
70
the Founders
regularly
Edition.
by
You'll
itself?
be among the first players to secure your exclusive Stadia name. So you'll get the Stadia name you want and the bragging rights that go along with it. So
They're
you're getting a
charging you for the
Chromecast
right
Ultra,
to be-
the limited
to
edition
pick your
Night Blue
gamer tag.
Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, and you'll be among the first players to select a Stadia name. It's all in the Stadia Founders Edition, and it's coming to these 14 countries. And
so
we're
not
working
even the whole
hard
world
to
gets to
expand Stadia to additional countries in
do this.
2020 and beyond. We do have one more surprise.
You haven't said anything.
Gamers who buy the Stadia Founders Edition will get the complete Destiny 2 experience as part of Stadia Pro.
What does that mean?
Let's take a look.
What? They haven't said what the price of
Destiny's
this
about being
pre-order
super
thing
powerful
is. It said
heroes that
$9.99
loose in a really
a
beautiful
month.
world.
But
The
then
first time
3 months
I
is
fired my
included.
super, I was like
So am I
screaming,
paying
I'm so badass
what?
right now. I've been playing games for 30 years and I've never experienced that.
Destiny.
That was not very
is
clear at all.
about playing with your friends. My best moments are with other players. The first time I beat Vault of Class, I know who
So
was
what is
there
that?
with me.
My
and that
math
just makes it
equal
feel so much
$120 for the year?
always been at the forefront of exploring new ways to bring our games to our players.
That's not that bad. I guessed around 150, but I also assumed, or I also wanted it to include everything that they release on Stadia. They haven't really said anything about that. They said there's like a curated library of stuff that they add that you'll have access to. They haven't been really clear as to what that
all of our
is.
planets, all of our cooperative strikes, all of our competitive modes, Gambit, Raid, it's all
you
there
get
for players to jump in and have fun with.
Shadowkeep is
Complete
the next chapter in the Destiny
edition
story.
Destiny 2.
It's a pretty haunting tale. There are these nightmares that are walking the
But
moon.
again,
You'll
if
have
you've been
to
playing
find a way
Destiny
to conquer
2
these
on a
nightmares
whole
and
other
face your
console,
fears.
would getting
We have a lot
it
to do with Destiny 2.
on Stadia
Not done
carry
yet.
your stuff over? I mean, all your data
now
should be in
are in
Bungie's
control
servers,
over
so I don't
this.
see why it wouldn't. But as of right now,
Behind us,
I don't think you can move back
we
and forth
have an
between the
incredible
PC
community.
version and
with
the
Stadia, I
console
think we're
version.
gonna open up
Of course, you
an
can't move back and
entirely
forth
new
between the PS4
opportunity
and the
for players to come in and play with their
Xbox
friends
One
from around
versions.
the world.
But at the very least, you would want to that functionality with PC and consoles. But this doesn't necessarily say. So this is just a reveal for Destiny's new
Looking
content
to the
coming up.
future
And the quality is dipping real
always
hard right
brings
now.
us back to the past. Can you feel them? I can still hear their voices.
Okay, Eris Morn is back.
Their endless torment reshapes our moon. Nightmares now
I don't think it's
stalk
my
the
internet.
surface. Walking shadows, seeking
Like, there's nobody else in the
vengeance.
house. It's a gig internet
Our
connection.
old
So
fears,
I'm gonna assume that's
they
because there are so many
rise
people
again.
watching this all at once.
And in the dark below, something wicked has awakened. We must bring an end to this suffering. One way
That's a cool visual though. Shadow Keep.
or
I stopped playing Destiny though a little while ago. I just couldn't do it anymore. I mean, these games as
A
service
big
games
thank
are
you to our
perfect
friends at Bungie
for
for
their
partnering with us
idea
to bring
of
the
just playing
full
everywhere. So
Destiny
you can
2
kind of just keep
experience to
going, keep going,
Stadia.
keep going.
The base game, all previous add-ons, the newest expansion, and the annual pass. They're all included in your Stadia Pro subscription. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to transfer your Destiny Guardian to Stadia from any other platform.
Ah, that's what I wanted to know.
The Stadia Founders Edition
But it
comes
said
with
transfer.
limited
Does that mean I
edition
can't go
Night
back?
View controllers, Chromecast Ultra.
Is it like a one-way trip?
3 months of Stadia Pro, the full Destiny 2
Come
experience.
on, give me the price of Founders
First
Edition.
dibs on your Stadia name, and a buddy pass to give Stadia Pro to a friend for 3 months.
Give me
Good
the
luck
price.
deciding who you're going to give it to. When you add everything up, that's almost $300 of value.
But what is it
And
actually?
you'll get it all in the Founders Edition for just $129, which you can pre-order now. We're
Huh?
excited to offer the Founders Edition to gamers around the world, but it's only available for a limited time, in limited quantities, so don't wait too long to pre-order. If you don't want the Founders Edition or Stadia Pro,
I don't think-
you can still buy and play Stadia games without a subscription. Simply buy the games you want when you want them. We call this Stadia Base, and any games you purchase, they're yours to play whenever you want. So whether
So
you're
you still
ready
have
to
to
go
purchase games
all in with the
individually.
Founders Edition bundle, or if you prefer Stadia Base, you have options. All right, let's bring Phil back for a few final details and surprises.
We'll
Thanks
go
for
come
tuning
back
into
to
this
that
first
because
look
that's
at some
very
of our
confusing.
most
I
exciting
think
launch
I understand what they're
titles, pricing
saying,
details,
but I don't
and
like
how
it
to
so far.
access Stadia right at launch. You can get more details and info at stadia.com/FAQ, or you can find it in the description here, or tweet us at Google
out some more
Stadia.
info about
We'll have much more to come soon, including additional announcements from some of the world's best game publishers. Thanks for watching. I can't wait
Oh, are
for
they
you to
done already?
experience Stadia for yourself. And with that, we're excited to show you one last collection of games.
Listen up already.
Get out of real fast. But most of it look like stuff we've seen already. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, The Division 2, Doom, Destiny, Mortal Kombat, Tomb Raider, Rage, Ghost Recon, Power Rangers, Just Dance, I don't know what that was. Trials, Final Fantasy 15, FIFA, I'm assuming. Farming Simulator.
You guys are weird.
I don't know what that was either. Please tell me there's like one more thing that they plan on announcing. Thanks for joining us. Pre-order, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, okay. That was actually very disappointing, I have to say. To go back to their Founders Edition thing, $129 is for all the stuff they're giving you, plus 3 months of their subscription service. The subscription service does not include access to their games library like I would have wanted. Like, it's not a Game Pass type thing. It seems like it's more like Games with Gold, where every now and then they'll give you certain games that you'll have access to because you're a pro member, right? And then that's $10 a month. But outside of that, if you're not a pro member, you can't use the 4K streaming, which I guess most people maybe don't need. You can't use the surround sound stuff. But if you put that to the side, essentially you have access to Stadia by just buying a game on Stadia. So you pay the price of a digital game, which is usually $60, $40, $10, depending on what the game is. And then you can just play it on Stadia since you have, your own controller and a Chrome browser. So that's not terrible. But I mean, that doesn't compel me to move from where I'm already at. Like, if I'm going to pay $60 anyway, I might as well play it on the console I have that has, like, the ecosystem with my friends and stuff. They didn't really talk about what their ecosystem is like friends lists, services, features, outside of just being able to play the game in a bunch of different places. So that is a cool feature. Like, they talked about a lot of cool possibilities for like live streaming and whatnot when you have a game that you can play on Google Stadia, but they didn't go back into, how that differentiates the games that they're offering, on Stadia. And they didn't give a date. They said that they would give us more details. They didn't give a date as to when Stadia is launching. They said you can pre-order the thing so that you'll be first in. So that kind of leans towards what I was thinking, that they would do some kind of a trial period or a beta. But they didn't give the actual date when this is releasing. So it's hard to get excited, it's hard to plan for it. Like, they really didn't show much of anything. Most of what they told us we already knew. All we got was their pro service is $9 a month, and that you'll just pay for games as they come out, which is not. I'm sorry. This was very disappointing to me. I had high hopes for Google Stadia. This is them kind of like tripping into the gaming space, in my opinion. They really could have modeled a lot after what Microsoft was doing with Game Pass. Like they keep circling around this idea of the Netflix of gaming. Microsoft right now is the closest thing to a Netflix of gaming. Like, Netflix is super popular because you have a huge list of stuff, you click on it, you're watching. That's what's in your library. Everything that Netflix throws in its library is yours because you pay for it monthly. So Microsoft is getting there. It's just their library isn't all encompassing. I mean, Netflix's library isn't either, but I really feel like Google missed an opportunity here. Maybe it's not possible for them to do what I'm suggesting, and maybe their pro service will actually include a huge list of games. Like, the thing is, I don't know. They didn't say anything about that. Basically, they're just showing they can run all the games everyone else has. I mean, yeah, but no one doubted that. I don't think anyone was wondering if Google could even do it, because they kind of showed it working with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey test when they did their Project Stream testing. And then they showed it again when they did the announcement of what Google Stadia was going to be. So at this point, people want to try it for themselves to make sure that it's as low latency as they claim. But the best version of it is behind a paywall. So I don't know. I feel like they really could have done a lot better. There's still more information that I need from them. Okay, let's do another thing. But that's going to be pretty much it for this stream. Color me disappointed. We'll probably talk more in depth about it on our next podcast. So definitely tune in and check that out. If you're not already following, please do follow Sigma Gears 9 on everything. Follow Blue Bones XB. That O is a 0. And Superman Jeff 12. And BBET Gaming on YouTube. Thanks everybody who is watching. Peace.